Jim Farley, CEO of Ford, has taken on the enormous task of transforming Ford into an EV company to compete with Tesla. We have every intention of being the #1 electric pickup maker, and then we plan to battle Tesla and all comers to become the top EV maker in the world, he said. To compete with the market leader, they have already committed to spending more than $50 billion over the next 5 years. However, there is a problem. He has been forced to reconsider his plan because they are losing money on every EV produced. Join us today as we outline what the Ford CEO just revealed about Tesla in detail and discuss why this may be a significant turning point. Before delving further, it is important to recognize the irony in this situation. There were other automobile manufacturers, many of which were larger and wealthier when Henry Ford established the Ford Motor Company in 1903. But Henry Ford stood out from the crowd due to his firm conviction that he could produce a better and more lucrative car at a larger scale by utilizing a novel idea known as vertical integration. In other words, he would own the raw material supply chain and manufacture every component for his cars rather than purchasing them from suppliers. By doing this, he was able to regulate the quality of his output while simultaneously lowering prices. In 1928, he finished building the Rogue River Super Factory in Dearborn, Michigan. With its power plants, steel mill, glass factory, railroad, and docks, it was vertically integrated and the biggest and most advanced manufacturing facility in the world. Within the same site, the plant was the first to transform raw materials into moving cars. The public believed Henry Ford was insane for constructing such a massive facility, but in the end, it served as a barrier between Ford and its rivals. Ford was able to reduce the price of the Model T from $950 in 1908 to just $360 by 1930 because of the efficiency of the Rogue River factory, making car ownership a possibility for millions of Americans. And Elon Musk has used this technique to push Tesla ahead of Ford Motors to be the dominating market leader. The automotive industry has relied heavily on suppliers during the past few decades. However, the emergence of software-based electric vehicles has forced many significant automakers to reconsider their tried-and-true business strategy. Tesla is a leader in the movement and offers a vertically integrated product that is mostly produced in-house, eliminating the need for a supply chain and the reliance on hardware and software from other businesses. This makes it possible for the automaker to profit significantly from the selling of cars. As the automotive industry moves towards greater internal manufacturing, major automakers must confront the need for a fundamental change in how they operate in a Tesla-like vertically integrated system. One of them, Ford, is attempting to emulate Tesla. Tesla primarily develops, creates, and manufactures its technology. Ford and other automakers used to buy parts from the shelves of their suppliers in the past. Tesla CEO Elon Musk dubbed this method of operation catalog engineering. Musk stated, "We're designing and constructing so much more of the automobile than other OEMs, who will mostly go to the traditional supplier base and what I like to call catalog engineering," during a 2020 earnings call. "We do know one thing about Tesla. It has a very high vertical integration. If any other historical car maker outside Porsche was making EVs profitability, we'd hear about it, but we haven't heard anything yet." Ford and other automakers are aiming to use this approach as well, but for the moment, we only know about Tesla. Ford reportedly claimed that 40% less labor is needed to produce EVs. Sadly, fewer workers will be required to assemble Ford's EVs. I hope those people may find new work in batteries, technology, and other areas. The corporation needs to get away from the catalog engineering paradigm, Ford CEO Jim Farley highlighted at a conference in April of this year, adding that vertical integration is key. Farley referred to the Dearborn, Michigan-based Rogue Manufacturing Complex. The Rogue Complex, built by company founder Henry Ford at the turn of the century, was used to make Model Ts at one end while receiving iron ore and other raw materials at the other. the business had to forego its early electric vehicle approach of using off-the-shelf components, according to Farley, since it wants to control the supply chains to the mines where battery components are produced. Even while the majority of them still need to get electric motors from suppliers and in some cases struggle with software development, companies like Volkswagen, General Motors, and Mercedes-Benz have accomplished comparable transitions and adopted comparable business models. The CEO of a more recent producer of electric vehicles, Lucid Motors, Peter Rawlinson, notes that Tesla and Lucid both profit from this more vertically integrated approach as they compete in the field of modern auto technology. According to Rawlinson, significant players have acknowledged the potential of electric vehicles, but haven't yet fully grasped the need to improve their capabilities in the areas of motors, transmissions, battery technology, inverters, and electric powertrains. According to Rawlinson, a world-class electric powertrain cannot be purchased off the shelf. It is not a product. The market doesn't yet perceive this technology race in the same way as Tesla did. Rawlinson, a former vice president of vehicle engineering at Tesla, has mostly had internal control over Lucid's manufacturing. To cut costs connected with large-scale production, automakers may soon stop using the practice of contract manufacturing software and parts, according to all the current indications. The decades-long practice of outsourcing development and production to vendors who could make steering, controls, semiconductors, and electronic components on a greater scale and at a lower cost for different vehicle manufacturers is being abandoned by the auto industry. Instead, they are spending money on batteries, motors, and mining. However, investors have chosen Tesla's strategy for acquiring raw materials in the new world of electric vehicles. The winning tactic is to directly manufacture its batteries and build its software. According to Sam Abuelsamid, an analyst with Guidehouse Instincts, during the 1970s and 2010s, the output of intellectual property under the control of manufacturers in their vehicles decreased from 90% to 50%. When EV pioneer Tesla demonstrated that people enjoy its vertically integrated automobiles, many manufacturers lack the internal engineering capabilities to create the platforms, powertrains, and battery packs for their electric vehicles. The corporation has often raised vehicle prices over the previous few years due to Tesla's pricey business approach. Musk stated earlier this year that we are not currently working on the $25,000 automobile despite having promised to provide a model with a starting price of roughly $25,000. We will eventually, but for the time being, we are already overburdened. Executives from the supplier sector claim that there is a significant discrepancy between what automakers claim to be happening with their vertical integration initiatives and what occurs when engineers attempt to fulfill deadlines for delivering new vehicles. Additionally, many automakers are hesitant to take all EV manufacturing operations in-house at a time when EV sales still make up a small part of the total demand for vehicles. IHS Markit reports that only Tesla EV startup and Lucid Group Incorporated and BWD Company of China Limited, they internally manufacture all of their electric motors. We might also mention the Renault-Nissan, Mitsubishi Alliance, and Hyundai Motor Company. In their current EV vehicles, other automakers such as Mercedes-Benz Group, Ford, and Porsche use electric motors from suppliers. Ford's future lies in vertical integration, but it is more difficult. Now, before we get deeper, please give a thumbs up if you're enjoying this video so far. Plus, stay tuned until the very end to find out more about what the Ford CEO finally admits about Tesla. Ford recently admitted that new factories and supply systems are necessary. The key objective of Jim Farley's strategy is to produce 2 million vehicles by the end of 2026. This will be accomplished with the help of the all-electric F-150 pickup vehicle, and it will cost roughly $50 billion. Ford and GM will need to invest a lot of time, money, and automation to be ready to compete in the EV market, so they have their work cut out for them. Ford wants to conduct business as it did a century ago. Ford has outsourced a sizable percentage of its internal combustion engine work. Ford is going back to its roots. A union of workers will be welcomed by Ford in its American production locations. 2030 is a pivotal year for EVs. Automakers that haven't made the move to electric vehicles yet will be insolvent by that point. Ford is working to step up their game and start turning a profit on EV sales because they don't like coming in second place behind Tesla and want to rule the EV industry. Ford should be producing more than 2 million vehicles in 2026, even though that number is good. In 2026, Tesla will likely make 5 to 6 million automobiles, which is twice as many as Ford. And to be honest, it will be challenging for Ford to sell 2 million cars. To put things in perspective, Tesla started manufacturing EVs in 2010, but has not yet reached a 20 million run rate. By the end of this year, it will have accomplished that goal. How do you feel about Ford's strategy to catch Tesla? Is it still feasible now? Please share your thoughts in the comments section. And that's it for today. Thanks for watching. I'm Fred. Please subscribe, like, and share this video. Speaking of Tesla, if you want to know what's happening to the production of Tesla's semi-truck, click and watch the next video here.